Next, we have Missouri. Their line is also set at 7 wins. Eli Drinkwitz had a pretty good year, showed some good things in year one. This is not a team that is just loaded with talent, but I do feel like Drinkwitz is the guy. He's going to find ways to find value. And Connor Bazelak was a freshman last year, good quarterback, showed some really good things. Four of their starting offensive linemen return. And there's unproven potential in the receiver room, like nobody that just like jumps off the page, but like talented players. Their linebackers are the bright spot on a fairly average defense, but not a bad one. So I like the program trajectory. To me, the biggest question is just this year specifically, because this line is set at 7, which means to hit the over, they have to go 8-4. Do you see that as a possibility for them this year?
I yes, yeah. I mean, I do have them going over the numbers at 7. It's a good number. I like Basilak. I really like what he's doing. I think kind of maybe the key for me was the new DC, Steve Wilkes, former NFL guy, longtime coach. He's I think the having a new DC there, Drinkwitz was better than Drinkwitz was actually laughed at a little bit last year. He was kind of the guy that like who's this guy when he showed up at SEC Media Days last year. He did a very good job. You could argue he did a better job than his counterparts in Mississippi, either the Leacher or Lane. So yeah, I like it, of all the new coaches in the SEC, and there's been a bunch of them now. A lot of new coaches. Drinkwitz was one that really I think he really popped last year, and a team that you really didn't feel was very talented. Really kind of made the best of with what he had, and we'll see how these hires work out. But I like what he's doing with the DC there. He's kind of the offensive guy. He'll hire a strong DC, come in there, and yeah, have the over. Feeling fairly confident about it.
Interesting. I'm actually on the under on this team, and it's not a reflection of how I feel about the program. I do feel like they have a positive upward trajectory. I like Drinkwitz and what he's done in a short time there. But just looking at the schedule, they of course have Texas A&M, Georgia, and Florida. Those are the 3 ranked opponents. But then they also have to play at Kentucky, at Boston College, and at Arkansas. Not to mention, games like South Carolina and Tennessee and such. But I feel like 7-5 is slightly more likely than 9-3. So I'm sorry, I meant 6-6 is more likely than 8-4. I got my numbers mixed up there. But I this is probably a push. Probably going to get your money back on this bet, but I would go under just slightly with Missouri. Not a reflection of how I feel about the program as a whole, though.